project. Going to come over here and you're going to call it intro, outro, practice, project, underscore your first initial last name. Now, where do you want to save it? You want to save it in My Drive, digital filmmaking, intro, outro practice. Okay, so make sure you have your Google Drive selected, My Drive, come over here to digital filmmaking. Digital filmmaking. Where are you, digital filmmaking? Here we go, digital filmmaking, intro, outro practice. And this is where the folder you want to select. So My Drive, digital filmmaking, intro, outro practice. Okay, so that means you have to have saved the clips into this folder before you started doing this editing today. Nothing else changes. You go to OK. I'm going to give this a version 2. I'm going to say OK. And now it's going to open up all our dialog windows here. And we want to create a bin by clicking on New Bin. Okay. And we want to call this new bin intro, outro. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and open up that bin. And we're going to move those clips by going to File, Import. And we're going to come over here to our Google Drive, My Drive. Come down here to digital filmmaking. Intro, outro practice, and we want to move all these clips that you saved onto your drive into that bin. Okay, so that they're all in here. All right, let's see what's going on, why it's not moving. Let's try that again. Import. Oh, it's because I'm trying to put some files that should not be going into there. Okay, and then I'm going to finish the import here. Okay. All right, so now all the files are there. The first file we're going to start with is going to be 20757. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to pay attention to these mark in and mark out. So we want to play the clip from the beginning by putting this little blue scrub here on the left. Okay, so there's like a little bump. We don't want that. When the camera jumps, we don't want that. So we want to start right about here. Let's see how that goes. We mark in right here, and you can see that it moved the little blue scrubber a little bit to the right here. Okay, and then he starts to look away, so we don't want that. So that means that we need to step back a frame. So there we go. Now he's still looking straight at the camera. And then we want to mark out. So you see how it shortens the clip? So we have it starting here and ending there, and we're going to drag it to our timeline. We want to put this on video 2, V2, and we want the audio on A1, leaving a little bit of space in between here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this alien planet number 2, JPEG, and put that in between, and now I'm going to drag it to the end of that clip. Now we want to repeat this for our next clip right here, 0759. Let's see, maybe we'll start about there. Let's see. We'll go back just a little bit. We'll start right there. Okay, and then he ends with the Del Mar Dawn show. We clip out, we drag it over here, put that on 2, and move that up to A1, and then we're going to get his alien planet, which is this one right here, alien planet number 3. And I'm going to make my clips a little bit smaller by just dragging this over a little bit. You see how I can make them smaller or make them larger? I'm going to make them a little bit smaller by just dragging that to the right a little bit. And now I'm going to make the alien planet number 3 much shorter. And now I'm going to come over here to our third person here. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to start right about there. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to mark in. Okay, so she looked away, so I want to go back one step. Right about there. Let's see if I can mark out. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so now we're going to drag that down here, move that up, and put the blue planet number 4 on that line there, and I'm going to shorten it. Okay, so now I've got all 3 clips here, and then I'm going to do the one where they are together here. And they're like, wow, we made it. Right about there. Okay, and then I stop it, clip out, I drag it down here, drag that up. We're going to have them with the transporter behind them, so we'll move that in there, shorten that up right about there so it's even. And now we're going to go to the next clip. And where they say welcome. Okay, and then we click out, and then we drag that down here, move that back up, and then we're going to also add that transporter. There we go. Shorten that. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got all our clips. And now what we need to do is we need to do the ultra keying. So we need to come over here to, we want to select effects control. But before we do that, I want to do one more thing to this one right here, to 059. I'm going to select the 059 clip by putting my little blue scrubber right here in the middle. And I'm going to come over here to motion. I'm going to click on this little arrow and open the motion. And I'm going to go to rotation, and I'm going to rotate this 180 so that my clip is upside down, okay? Now I'm going to come over here to 0757. And now I'm going to go into effects. But we need to make sure that our effects is selected here, and it is. And our effects controls are selected. Great, they are. Okay, so what I want to do is come over here to effects. So I'm going to come over here on our dialog box here in the left corner. We've got, if you click on these little arrows here, you've got a selection of different menus that you can select. I'm going to select effects here, okay? And I'm going to come over here to video effects. Come over here to keying. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to select Ultra Key. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the Ultra Key to this to 0757. And now you're going to see it opens up the effects control. If it doesn't, make sure you just select it up here, okay? And then you're going to grab our little eyedropper, and we're going to just go like this, and we're going to select the brightest part of the green. Now I'm going to move this to 0759. I'm going to select 0759, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag it on top of that, use my little eyedropper to select the brightest part of the green there. And now I'm going to move to 0761. The same thing. I'm going to drag that over there, use my dropper to select the brightest part of the green. There we go, and now I'm gonna go to 0590762, drag that over, use my dropper to select the brightest part of the green. I'm gonna do the same thing for 0763, drag that over. My eyedropper will select the brightest part of the green. Maybe I'll try that even again. Effects control. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, and then I want to make her a little bit blue to match the blue background. So I'm going to come over here and go into color correction under my Ultra key. And I'm going to go to hue. And I'm going to kind of just make her a little bit blue here. There we go. And so that she looks a little blue from that planet, okay? The blue planet is making her look blue. And then we've got him upside down, and then we've got this character here is going to also have a little bit of color correction, but this time we're gonna do more of a red tone and make him more red looking here. There we go. Okay, and now the last thing we want to do on these clips here is add a little bit of a transition.